episode of 3 Gossip Girls, a Gossip Girl podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
Tonight we are joined by Aricia Skidmore-Williams. Oh my God, even the rich. In God we lost, Rich and Daly. We are so super thankful and appreciative that you were here.
We also have to add an Ambie Award winner.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Aricia. So exciting. This is I've been looking forward to this. I absolutely love you and Brooke. I love your podcast. I just binge them. Now, Rich and Daly's out, and it's like my daily treat at 4 p.m. And I'm like, yes.
It's like 9-minute episodes. It's great. Perfect.
So thank you, Aricia.
Yeah, really.
Thank you. I mean, I love hearing all that, but also, I love Gossip Girl. So I talk about Gossip Girl to so many people who don't care. So it's just nice to have somebody that, cares.
What do you love about Gossip Girl?
Oh, God. It's just everything I need in a TV show. The drama, the absolute ludicrous behaviors of supposed, quote, high school kids who, I guess at this point they're in college, but, and the fashion, the betrayal, the terrible people that pretend like they're not terrible, everything. I love it all.
Yeah.
Soap opera.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is a soap opera. Do you repeatedly watch Gossip Girl? Do you binge it?
I've probably seen the full series 7 or 8 times at this point.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah, it's like a background show for me. I've seen it so many times that I don't have to watch it. It's just, I know when the parts that I love come up and I'll stop what I'm doing and watch those.
Yeah.
What parts do you love without giving too much away? I'm curious.
Well, we're talking about season 4, so I'll keep it specific to season 4. I absolutely love the scene in the train station in Paris.
Oh, iconic.
When mainly just Blair's outfit, that red dress with the red shoes and the side profile. I've watched that at least a dozen times.
So are you a Cher supporter?
Okay, while I was watching the series, I was. Now that I'm older and we kind of learned just how toxic so many men are on TV that I loved, less so.
Yes.
I will say he has a great redemption arc, but there are some parts where I'm just in real life, I would never forgive this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as a first-time watcher, the first episode of season 1, he Chuck attacks 2 women. I can't let that go. And Cher is so difficult, and everyone's he redeems himself. It's coming. I'm when's it coming?
When's it coming?
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
So. We just finished season 4, as everyone knows, and really, he did have that one shining moment where he tells Blair, listen, we probably shouldn't be together. I'm your great love, but not the right love. And I was okay, some growth there, but it's been really difficult watching Chuck.
It's one of those things where I think it's so problematic. And I think this is part of the culture that's kind of come out with me too. But when I watched it, I watched it with my roommates in college when it first came out. And that stuff was oh, that's bad. But it was never that's really messed up. It was just guys, they're fucked up. But now it's holy shit. Can I curse on this?
Yeah.
Oh,
100.
Okay, I always need to ask. Yeah. But watching it now, it's Jesus Christ, he sexually assaulted / tried to rape 2 girls, technically. And it's just, that's so awful. That's horrible. The fact that didn't register the way that it does now is oh, thank God for growth, I guess.
Right. And the whole Chuck punching the glass scene. How Joshua Safran kind of was Blair wasn't afraid here. We were very specific about that. I'm she looks kind of afraid to me.
And literally cut
her cheek. So,
and and also with that comes shame. If she wasn't the fear that I feel comes in hand with a guy that you're into that's super toxic. The fact that she was hiding it. I know she's got a lot of reasons, but it just shows just how I think scared she was.
Right.
He would not she's convinced herself that he's a good guy, and I get that. I think not as extreme case, but we all have guys or people that we're into that aren't the greatest, and we kind of overlook those. And I feel that was one of those times where she was holy shit, this guy is Chuck's out of control right now.
Yeah, he's dangerous. And she was saying, oh, I don't want to embarrass him. Don't out him on this.
Him.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh,
it
girl.
pains me.
Disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to give everyone a loose idea of what we're going to be discussing. So I have a very non-elaborate but very short summary of what kind of happened from beginning to end of the season.
It's like a crash course.
Crash course in season 4, if anyone needs a refresher. So we start off this season in Paris in the summer. Gorgeous. The outfits are amazing. The scenes, the sets are amazing. And Blair meets Prince Louis, who, funny enough, we end the season with him. And Serena is also there, decides she wants to go to Colombia now with Blair, which, of course, we know Blair was never going to be okay with that, but she gets over it.
Nope. Yep.
And then Serena is forced, and I use that in quotations, to choose between Nate and Dan, but continually avoids this. And this plot is mentioned several times, and even in the finale that we just watched.
In the finale.
Please shed some light on the Nate and Dan, Serena choosing. Do we need to do this so many times this season?
I don't know. I feel like it's such a common trope in, like, teen soap operas, I guess, is what we'll call it. And, like, I have a lot of feelings about these characters, and I'm trying very hard to exclusively, like, look at it for season 4, because there's stuff that happens after that just affects how I feel about these characters. So looking at it exclusively in season 4, Serena, I don't know how you both feel. I think she's very overrated. I don't think she's the kind, like, both Dan and Nate, like, I think it's fine to be attracted to her, but the whole, like, back and forth, like, we both are into her and we're good, she's gonna have to choose. And it's like, for me, it's like, I don't wait for somebody to choose me. Like, if I want you and you don't want me, then it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna wait around. And it's just, have more self-respect, both of you.
Right.
We said that all season.
Right. Michelle was like, she must have beer-flavored nipples. Like, this is what it has to be.
No, because that was what Serena Van was, beer-flavored nipples, because like, it's the only explanation.
That's the only explanation. Like, yeah, gorgeous girl. She's sweet, heart of gold, a little bit golden retriever-ish, where gets over things very quickly, very forgettable. Yeah. And so, like, we get it. But, like, guys, like, enough is enough.
I mean, you're right. Like, it just must be the most, she must have, like, the pillow lips or something. Like, why are you guys keep coming back?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was just, I mean, I think our listeners got so sick of how much I complained about this trope of the triangle. I couldn't deal.
The fact that we're watching the finale and we're going back to this, I was like, are you kidding me?
22 episodes, basically, right? It's like, that's...
And then she finally is like, oh, I apologize for stringing you both along this whole time.
And the boys were like, oh, yeah, we're fine.
We're cool. We've already forgiven you 23 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... we have Chuck. He has been in recovery from being shot. And his caretaker and lover, Eva, so sweet. We loved Eva.
We did.
She's there nursing him back to health. He tries to change his life and ultimately goes back to the Upper East Side, but brings Eva along with him. And, of course, Eva leaves knowing that Chuck will never put Eva over Blair. And Blair stirs some shit up with them, and he goes kind of back to his old ways, and Blair goes back to her path. So did you like Eva, or because you love Cher, maybe not so much?
Yeah, it was one of those where when I first watched it, it was like, you know, I'm 100% Cher. I don't care about anybody else. Watching it like more recently as a better functioning adult, I feel like it's just like the show wants you to root for like the two characters, like Blair and Chuck, but in reality, like, Eva's a much better partner for him. Like, she really did. You want to believe that people can change. People don't have to be terrible the rest for their whole lives. And I thought she brought it out. She was almost too good.
Right.
And as somebody who just kind of has settled into, like, the bad, like, being not perfect, she was a little bit like that. But I thought she was great for him. And I understood why she had to go, because she's not Blair. And obviously, I'm always going to root for Blair. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking about real life, which we're not, then she should have stayed.
Right. Real life, she would have been a much better partner for him. And he does admit that he was falling in love with her. Yeah. So he did feel something for someone else that wasn't Blair, a more healthy relationship. I mean, granted, he didn't tell her his name was Chuck Bass until maybe the second episode. But
details.
I mean, these days, everyone's got an alias anyway.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so agreed. She would have been a much better match. She would have
been the right love.
The right love.
And Blair's the great love, like he says in the finale.
Definitely.
So, does that mean you both agree? Like, you guys were Eva fans too?
Yes.
We were, because she was such a breath of fresh air. But
she was, yes,
but I do understand, like, she's not Blair.
Right, and we understood that she couldn't stay. And I honestly thought that she stayed for longer, but she really doesn't get that much time on the show.
No.
Every time I rewatch it, I was like, oh, here we go. Eva's here. And then it's like, wait, no, she's not here. She's gone.
She was gone.
So
I think it was maybe 3 or 4 episodes that she was on.
Floor,
and that was it.
we called her.
Yeah, we called her Floor from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Loved her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, she was too good.
She was.
Yeah.
She was too pure for that.
We have to talk about Dan.
Padge. So, side note, I call him Padge because when we first started the show, our listeners were like, we know the story, but Aricia might not. I could not for the life of me remember Penn Badgley's name. I thought it was Padge Bentley this whole time. So I would tell the girls, like, Bentley. I'd be like, yeah, Padge. And they're like, who are you talking about? I'm like, Padge.
They're like, oh, Penn, but also Dan.
And still this day, I have to really work hard and think, like,
his name is Dan.
And it's also Penn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I love that name.
Yeah, she calls him Padge. I toy back and forth between Padge and Dan, whatever comes to my mind at the time.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
But Padge/Dan started his summer thinking he had a child with Georgina, baby Milo.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not a guy, but if I were a guy and anybody was like, I have your baby, the first thing I do is
get a paternity test.
I'm sorry. Is that insane to say? Like,
no, Maury, let's do this.
Right? I guess then we
you.
wouldn't have the that plot, I guess, you know.
So crazy.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. And so because she's so great, Vanessa decides she's going to help him out. And this ultimately gets them back together. But then, of course, the Milo situation doesn't work out. Georgina tells Dan that he is not the father. And the depression of this sort of leads Dan back into Serena's arms. Not really. She's not opening the arms, but he wants to be in Serena's arms. And this ultimately, again, breaks up Dan and Vanessa. So thoughts on Dan and Vanessa? Because I'm sure you have some.
And on Vanessa in general.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Vanessa in general. We'd love to know.
Yeah, you know, oh, Vanessa. I feel like I was hot and cold about her for a very long time. And it just got to the point where it was like she's a good example, I feel like, of just the cancer of the Upper East Side, and said, like, being brought down, and she tries so hard to resist it, but ultimately she tries to play their game and she just can't. Like, she can't play this game, and she loses drastically. And it's just, I loved their friendship. I loved Dan and Vanessa's friendship in the beginning, and I thought it was so fun. You get the classic, especially with, like, high school, where it's like, oh my God, my boyfriend has a friend that's a girl, like, all that stuff, which was so stupid, but I'm glad they moved past it. And so I just, like, mourn that, because Dan's devolving rapidly for a lot of reasons. And Vanessa, I really wanted to be able to resist that, but she just played that game. I mean, she had like a moment of, like, what am I doing in terms of what they pulled with Serena, which I maybe we'll get into, but like,
definitely,
that was just such a fucked up scenario. So I'm glad, but then it was just like, they all so quickly just flip on each other, and Vanessa just couldn't keep up. I don't blame her, but it's like, why would you let yourself be in this situation for as long as you did?
Right. Like,
go back to your sisters or your parents even, and back to that hippie lifestyle. It's much more suited for you.
Right. They didn't really create her as a character that ended up being likable. And every time she was trying to be the do-gooder, it ultimately fails. And then she kind of puts her nose where it doesn't belong, trying to help. And that makes you dislike her even more, because you're like, just leave it alone, Vanessa. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
So
you want to like her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, we did really like her.
I really fought hard for her. And I was like, I understand. And then this season, the writers just took like a giant shit and smeared.
They really did.
And they did her dirty. And it sucks.
Yeah.
But especially my mind was blown because in the finale of, not to jump around, Lissy, but, you know, we see her go to the publisher with Padge's book. Right. And then Liz is like, oh, yeah, by the way, she doesn't come back. Like, she doesn't come back to the finale, and I lost it.
She lost her shit. She's like, you've got to be kidding me.
I was like, I wanted to see the repercussions of this. And I have a problem with characters, like, disappearing, and then we just don't see them.
Well, of course.
Oh, me too.
Like, what the actual...
Me too.
And this show was infamous for it, because there are a lot of characters that they do this with.
Like,
so.
I'm still not over Lily and Rufus's son, Scott, their love child. Never see him again.
Never see him again.
And I will ask him, like, do we... Nope.
No.
I was like...
Aaron Rose, Cyrus's son, who literally is Cyrus's all around for until the end, and he's still, we don't see any Aaron Rose there.
Whatever.
Not that we want to, because he was a pretty snoozed character.
But still.
Aaron Rose sucked.
Yeah.
He
did suck.
It doesn't make sense in like the reality of what this would be.
You would see your stepbrother
at holidays.
Often.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, we could have thrown him in there.
They do like throw us a bone where they mention his name, that he's not forgotten, but we never see him again. But Vanessa, she
it's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
So the stuff that you want to get into, I'm sure, is this Juliet Sharp stuff, because I am ready for it.
Juliet and I have words.
I am happy to hear them. So we immediately, when we meet Juliet, we find out she's up to no good. Like, as soon as we meet her. And so for like half of the season, she dates Nate on and off, and then also schemes with her brother, who's in jail, to take down Serena by apparently wanting to get her kicked out of Columbia. So we find out her brother is named Ben, and he was Serena's boarding school teacher. And the two of them have a pretty flirty relationship, which resulted him in jail, even though he was an innocent man. Juliet tries her hardest to take down Serena and even lands her in the hospital for a fake overdose. There we go.
Which is just
ridiculous.
Insane.
I don't know where writers get this kind of thing. Like, it's the same creators as the OC, right? I think and it's just some of the storylines, it's like, what high school did they go to? Like, where did they meet people that they would think this is real? But she's such a schemer, and it was such a thought out plan, like having the mask, getting Jenny to come and kissing the boys, and like late, and it's just so fucked up. Like, you're literally drugging her.
Yeah, that's where we drew the line with the drugs.
Yeah, it's one, the old switcheroo is one thing,
right.
But then you throw in essentially like you're drugging somebody, and you're not a doctor, and you don't have their consent. Like, it's so problematic.
It was so bad. But Michelle and I ultimately really enjoyed the storyline of that, though.
Yeah, it was juicy.
Did you? Okay, yeah. It was juicy. And I think this is just from rewatching, because I know like where it goes, and I just get so frustrated that like it's like why can't they pick up that this is like it's two different Serenas, and
it would never have worked.
Well, we even said that you know, Liz could be able to call who I was. Like, if someone was wearing a wig that looked like me,
I would 100% know it's not her. I would be like, oh, Michelle over there, regardless if she had purple hair and whatever. I'd be like, that's Michelle. I know her body.
And that's not Michelle.
And
I don't know who
Michelle.
That is.
Yeah.
That's some weirdo in a wig and a mask.
Trying to be me.
Yeah, so that whole thing was crazy. The part of it I thoroughly disliked was the Ben stuff. How did you feel about Ben? Did you like him as a character? Did you think he was good? Was he bad? We're confused. We don't know to this day if he was. So he was just a snooze as well.
He was a huge snooze. Most of Serena's boyfriends are such snoozes, and I don't know if it's just like
awful
up against her. So in like, if they were dating normal non-Serena type people, would I still think they're snoozes? I don't know. But like, she gets such duds, and I'm like, girl,
she really does.
You're married to Ryan Reynolds. You can do a lot better in this fake world. I'm sorry. Like, come on. But Ben, I mean, I think he was ultimately good, but he was just, when he like gets out of jail and is like a caterer and like doesn't want her to know and like just it was just so, it was like, you're such a pathetic character.
He's so
now.
pathetic.
Like, I mean, yeah, it sucks. Like, being in prison, that Brooke will tell you, if you ever talk to Brooke, that's like one of her biggest fears is like being convicted for a crime she doesn't commit.
Yeah.
Legitimate fear to have.
Absolutely.
Like, that would be
it's
horrible.
petrifying.
Yeah. But like, he gets out of prison, and I don't know, but for me, like, if my student's mom basically got me into prison, I would go nowhere near her or her family. Like, I don't care how cute the student was. Like, I'm done.
Was that
Fuck
connection really that magnetic that you needed to stick around to date your 19-year-old ex-student when you just got out of jail because her mother put you there?
I'd be like, I wouldn't even say thanks for getting me out of jail because fuck you, the reason I'm in here. And I'd be like, goodbye. And maybe give me some money to make up for all the, as like restitution. But I never want to see you or your family again.
Right.
Yeah,
it was so crazy.
And their connection, it's really hard to jump on board of Serena's love interest because she literally goes from boy to boy to boy to boy. Like, next episode, it's like, nope, I'm in love with this one. I'm like, you're a boy who cries wolf. We can't believe anything.
Yeah. Right. I never feel this like romantic spark connection between her and any of the relationships because I know in the next episode or two, she'll be with someone else. Yeah. And like, that's not against her. It's against obviously how they wrote that character. But it's like, it's just, I don't feel anything. I don't feel nothing for her.
At all. There's no, I mean, they don't give us any like feeling of like, oh, they've earned this relationship.
Right.
Like, she knew him when he was a teacher and she was a student, which is completely inappropriate. I mean, I get it. People have crushes on their teachers. But like, I would find that hard to believe that years later you would still feel that way about somebody. Like, presumably he's grown, she's grown. So you're telling me that just from that, you like are picking up where you left off? Like, where'd you leave off? You were the student. Hopefully nowhere.
Right. Exactly.
God.
And then even before that, Serena dates Colin, who was her professor that she didn't know about was her professor. But then ends up being Juliet and Ben's cousin. Like, what are the odds of that?
She likes to keep it in families. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, that was a little bit better than her and Ben.
It was. And the other,
I don't know. Was it? I don't know.
But the other thing about Ben, and I think we both agreed on this, is that evil Ben was way more tolerable than like this nice Ben acting wise.
Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't need men don't have to be like super masculine or anything like that, but people in general need to have just like a backbone. Like, stand up for yourself. Like, the whole like, I'm not gonna tell her. She was like, oh, did you get a tutoring job or something? And he was like, yeah, because I don't want to admit that and it's like, fuck you, like, a job is a job. Right. Like, if we said she wouldn't even care.
She wouldn't.
She would definitely not care.
She's not Blair.
No, she's not petty or like she definitely wouldn't care that you got a cater waiter job as long as you're making money and doing something for yourself. Right. You just got out of prison.
Yeah.
You just got out. So,
and also, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe take things slow. Like, don't immediately just start dating the girl whose mom put you in jail.
Right.
Like, go back home, get your bearings, get used to having a longer than 1 hour outside every day, that kind of thing.
Right.
And then maybe explore dating.
Yeah, he could have gotten out of jail. I mean, granted, Serena was standing right there when he got out of jail. So it's not even like he could have avoided her. But he could have went home to Connecticut and stayed with his mom for a few months and got his feet back in the waters of working. And then eventually, I made my way to the city. We could try something, even though it's super still inappropriate. So
yeah, so inappropriate.
It just, that whole storyline bothered me so much. I much rather would have seen Juliet than see anything that had to do with Ben. Yeah. So. Same. Yeah. And the fact that we had to start with Juliet to get to that, it was like such a letdown. It was like, wasn't exciting for me. Yeah. Another thing that kind of wasn't very exciting was the whole Russell Thorpe situation.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
could do without the whole storyline of any Thorpe person, in my opinion.
So we have Russell Thorpe, who's an old associate of Bart Bass, and his daughter, Raina Thorpe. They come back to New York City. Raina and Chuck start a sexual relationship. Of course,
as
it
all
fails.
Business rivals do.
Exactly. Yes. And Chuck manipulates... he's manipulated to throw Lily under the bus. Of course, we know this hand was forced by Russell. Raina starts dating Nate, however, which doesn't get much airtime, really.
No.
Nope.
No.
I mean, the lack of chemistry might be why that was, because I didn't think they had great chemistry.
Did you think that they had better or worse chemistry than her and Chuck? Because honestly, I felt Chuck and Raina had no chemistry.
Yeah, I feel like I just felt Nate is he's like such a pretty boy. Honestly, like I feel like he and Serena are good because they're just very, ultimately at the end of the day, pretty boring people in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so like Raina is like she and Chuck, I can see why people would see them together because they both are pretty like strong, like I'm independent and I want this and I go after what I want. But, like, the actors, I don't know if it was, like, the actors' things or the writings, but there was just no, like, neither of those relationships was, neither of those relationships did I look at and was like, oh, yeah, like, they've got it. It's like, end this, please.
Same.
I, like, fast forward nowadays that I've seen.
Yeah, I would, too.
I would,
like, I don't care about them.
And each week we had to talk about it. I'm like, oh, guys, sorry.
I know.
Sorry we have to talk about this. It was just so lackluster in comparison to what else was going on that...
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting to find out that Russell ends up killing his wife by accident. Like, that reveal was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Poor Raina that she has to find out her dad killed her mom and she never knew her mom. I felt like they did Raina dirty, too, as a side character.
Yeah, they did.
They gave her nothing, and then ultimately we didn't really even feel that badly for her because we kind of just skipped over everything.
Yeah. I was just like, I want this storyline. I want her to go away. I want her dad to go away. I'm done with
which is like so shitty when they're telling you, oh, this girl just lost her mom.
Yeah.
In a fire. Yeah.
Shitty.
It was really bad, but we all know how that worked out because Chuck tries to plot revenge and then Russell plots revenge and then Russell takes and kidnaps Blair in the finale episode.
As one does,
right?
Revenge.
And then within 10 minutes it was over. Raina took the lighter out of his hand and that was it. He was going to jail. It was so stupid.
It was such a build-up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting her in this abandoned building. It smells of gas. What could that be? And then it's like, I've got this later. And then she, like, takes it out of his hand. And then it's
my God. It was such a dud. It was so boring. I'm like, that's it? This is the finale episode and that's what you give us? At least something like I wanted my heart to race a little bit.
She wasn't even tied up.
She was just standing there, and she had. She could call him with her cell phone. It was so.
Chuck was there in 5 seconds, and he swishes in like a vampire, which is another thing we talk about because Chuck is a vampire.
It's
like inevitable.
That makes sense.
So
I mean, all of them. Can we talk about real quick how insane it is? How quickly everyone gets around New York. Like, I don't care how much money you have, but you cannot like. Even if you were in the block over, he wouldn't have gotten there as fast as he did. I'm sorry. I've been to New York City. It's insane. I'm sure you guys know.
We're New Yorkers. We know.
You know. Like, it's just ridiculous.
The logistics are so frustrating. They were in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They were in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is the worst. You can't get anywhere quick from Brooklyn or to Brooklyn. It's you just can't.
And they don't take the subway. It's not like they're going underneath. Like they're literally he's in his limo all the time. And I'm sorry, they don't get to move that fast.
No. It's ridiculous, but that's a whole nother issue that I guess Schwartz and Savage haven't figured out yet.
Well, they just disregard it. Remember in Revenge, did you ever watch Revenge?
I did.
Oh, it took place in the Hamptons, but like the way they would travel between the Hamptons and the city, I'm like, no. If we had a real episode and involved travel time,
it'd be like a 4-hour
That'd be the whole episode.
Yeah, the whole episode just in the car
like, well,
in traffic.
Up.
Yeah.
We're still on our way.
We're still in traffic.
We've grown to just ignore that continuity, but it is very frustrating to watch and be like, how is he possibly there that quickly?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But speaking of Blair, she realizes this whole season that she kind of needs to work on herself. Thank goodness, because Blair needs that growth moment. I am waiting for it.
She does.
But she lands herself an internship at the W magazine with Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, what a pair.
What a pair. They're a pairing.
I shipped them so hard.
Did you?
Like, we both did, and our listeners, like, the pair ship, I wanted this to happen so bad.
I really just love even if they're just their banter of a friendship, is they do honestly, I think, connect intellectually, even though they never did before. And I just feel like it was, I don't know, it's just a nice refreshing pair to see on screen.
Yeah. I could see them like in their like late 30s, early 40s as a married couple, because like I feel like when you're like that young, you basically end up going with people that are very similar to you.
Yeah.
And so I could see them as like a married couple, like having these differences, but then having these like really important similarities. But when I first watched them, they got together, I was like, none of that.
Well, of course, when you're a chair stand,
true.
See it any other way.
Yeah.
But when they kissed, we were like
squealing
out,
squealing
out.
Yes! Oh my god,
but
it's happening.
I mean, ultimately, she is going to marry the prince. Is crushing Dan. Well, she's crushing Dan's heart, pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's okay because he just starts dating Serena's cousin anyway, Charlie.
Oh my god,
Charlie in quotations, aka Ivy Dickens. So here she comes, Michelle.
I felt this was really good. This was a good spin on it, and I'm really excited for the Ivy Georgina. My light prediction is that they are going to get together and cause some trouble. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm looking for. I love Georgina.
We love Georgina.
Georgina is the character that we need. And when she comes, she stirs the pot in the most beautiful way. And so
she does.
I hope her and Ivy cause some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I know what happens. But
I know you do.
I mean, I do and I don't.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But we do end up meeting adult Carol Rhodes with her daughter or not daughter, Charlie. And Carol stirs them some shit. And I guess it's all to get her family's money. We'll see what happens with that. But she wants to keep her family away from her real daughter.
Right. Which I can't wait to meet her real daughter because you confirmed we will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just the level of scheme of children and adults in this show.
Crazy.
It's like, do people scheme more than I'm aware of? I feel like, I mean, maybe I just have really good friends, which is good, but I feel like I'm not around people that scheme to the extent that these people scheme.
No.
I don't think either.
No. The fact that she paid this young girl to pretend to be her daughter, to have her live with her family. She lived in Lily's penthouse that whole couple of weeks, and nobody realized that this isn't the real Charlie.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
It's just, it boggles my mind that everybody in this scenario, if you're Ivy and someone's like, hey, do you want to, I'll give you some money, you pretend to be my daughter with this family. I'd be like, check please. I don't know you. You're crazy. This is insane. I don't know your family. It's probably some setup to get me killed.
Right.
It's just crazy. And then I feel I have cousins. I feel like I would how face blind are you when you're well, she's blonde and white, she must be my cousin.
It's pathetic.
What the hell?
Right.
It was so crazy to me that when she's like, oh, I guess you don't remember me, and Serena's like, oh my god, yeah, Charlie.
But also Cece.
Cece.
No one knows.
Yeah.
I'm no one knows what this girl looks like.
None of them have seen Charlie since she was a little girl. So it's just really crazy. But
just the fact, how much did she make from this? This was
right?
very
it has
long
to be a
con.
pretty penny.
A long con.
I mean, it's just that you don't see job descriptions for this. How are we supposed to know how much you're supposed to make?
I mean, she gives her this wad of cash at the end.
Yeah.
But...
And then you see Ivy does keep one of the Rhodes checkbooks, so that should be interesting.
Right.
But Carol gets all the checkbooks, and then she's paying Ivy, this big wad of cash. Was it really worth it in the end to pay this person all this money just so you can get all of this money?
I don't know.
Yeah. But we'll see how that
I
plays out.
Number one, I don't know how trust funds work, but I would think that I would want to get the money, not a checkbook. Checks you can stop those pretty easily.
Right.
Why wouldn't you? It just seems. And also, what kind of mother is she where she wouldn't she's taking it from her own daughter?
Right.
God,
shitty.
She's terrible. She is a terrible person.
Right. Well, we'll see with that. I'm excited for you to watch that, Michelle.
Me too.
Yeah. So. While all of that drama is going on, we do have Prince Louis come back into the picture. He comes to New York because he can't stop thinking about Blair and that one time they met in Paris. Okay.
Must have been a really profound time. And it was all just because they both liked a painting or something, right? Wasn't that like where they met?
They met at the Louvre.
The Louvre?
Yeah. And they liked the same painting, and she pretended to be French, and he was like, I know you're American. And
it was a fairy tale.
That was it. And then she was so wrapped up with Chuck still.
Yeah.
And she pretty much ends things with Louis like, if you're ever in New York, come see me. Not like we had this like undying like connection.
Right.
And I feel like on his end, he feels like they did. And he went to go see her. And of course, Blair is not going to give up that fairy tale life. So
I'm just wondering if the writers had this idea to bring him back
since
when they wrote
the
beginning.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, I don't know. Did you like Louis?
I mean, as a chair, you know, it's. I have to preface it with that. I liked him. I thought that season 4, I liked him fine. He was fine. I didn't understand why he, like, I thought it was weird that he would be into her because she, like, showed her true colors pretty early on.
A lot of times,
thought
too.
He was the driver.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, who knew, like, liking a painting would trump just being a complete bitch? But
right.
I don't know. So I just thought I didn't think in season 4, there wasn't much to him that I was like, oh, this guy's great. Like, he's just like, oh, take him or leave him.
Right.
Whatever. What is he, a Monaco prince?
Yeah.
But,
Grimaldi.
Yeah, he wasn't Chuck, so.
He wasn't Chuck. And he'll never be Chuck.
He'll never be Chuck.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's never going to be that, like, even if, she said yes to marrying him, but there's not that passion there. So.
Yeah.
That's how she's going to live her life. But I was happy to see Chuck realizing that she should be happy without him. Yeah. And she should get her fairy tale. And if it was them, they would have to kind of make their own fairy tale where she could have just had this by herself. And so I was proud. I was a proud mama to see Chuck actually make a good moral and mature decision for them too. And
Aricia, what did you think of the bar mitzvah scene?
Oh my
God.
God.
The chair scene. Literally the chair scene
That's
on
one
the
of
chairs.
Those scenes, one of those scenes that I rewatch, like the red dress at the beginning, that's of the season. This is another scene that I watch many times because I feel like, they introduce it as like, nobody's going to know us where we are. Yeah. Even though, like, give a check with my name on it.
Right?
But I guess they're not looking at names. They're just looking at the number. And it was just so precious. Like, it was just, they were fun. They were authentic. It's the chair dream. Mm-hmm. And I, like, that was when, for me, that's kind of, like, that's, like, where you get, like, pre to post Chuck. Like, when he makes, like, the new Chuck versus the old Chuck, when he, like, makes that choice or says that to her. And it's so funny because, like, I think of the prince as a very, like, safe choice for Blair, which is weird because it's a monarchy and obviously being that's not, but like compared to Chuck, like I feel like I see why like people would be like, oh, like she shouldn't go with Chuck, like he's a problematic person. But I feel like this is when he starts like he's shifting away from that, or at least trying to, and I appreciate that.
Well, I look forward to watching it.
Me too. Me too.
Because
and I loved her dress.
Loved that
pretty.
dress. But yeah, they were kind of like in their little bubble of this is like our last hurrah.
Yeah.
And let's make the best of it. It was nice to see her smile. Like she was genuinely happy to be dancing and he was genuinely happy to like watch her be happy. And then of course they hook up and ultimately they both feel shame, which they never did before. So I guess that's a step up in the world.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, even Chuck felt guilt. So I think we are moving in the right direction.
Who knew?
Right? Who knew?
Have feelings.
Who knew he had it? But so they're going to go to Monaco for the summer. Serena's going to go to California to stay with Cece. And of course, a job just presents in her lap. She doesn't even have to do anything.
Okay. I'm sorry. I moved to LA 6 years ago and like moved for the entertainment industry. And I can assure you, it is not as simple as walking on a fucking boardwalk and running into a producer / director.
Right.
It just doesn't happen.
It does not happen. It does not happen.
It's so crazy.
I mean, but of course, out of all people on the show, this would happen to Serena. She steps in shit all the time. It always comes easy to her. She's saying, I'm going to have this fulfilling, single, alone trip, get to know myself, make my own decisions. And like, this is not even made for her. It literally is put in her lap again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so frustrating to watch her as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so she'll be working on this movie. And as we said, Blair and Louis are in Monaco. Dan and Chuck decide they're going to have a Lost Bros couple of months. They're going to be traveling. Yeah. So they're going to be single together, which they haven't been in a while. And Dan decides he's going to go stay at the Hampton house
with Eric.
And they're going to be wingmans for each other.
Cute. I like that. I love Eric.
Yeah. And of course,
I do love Eric.
We know Lily and Rufus are stuck in the house because Lily is on house arrest.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Lily as a character?
For the rich.
Yeah, right?
I love her. I mean, she is so problematic. She makes a lot of stupid fucking choices. But ultimately, I think she's so fun. I think she's just such the way that she presents herself, like the actress, Kelly Rutherford. Yeah. Yeah. I just think she plays that character so well.
Yeah.
And if I were, an heiress with a ton of money, I don't think I'd be as dumb as her, but I would want to be as like classy as her.
Hell yeah. Yeah, she's definitely an inspiration.
Yes. And she plays herself so unapologetically, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, so I fucked up, whatever. You love me anyway.
Yeah.
I
love Lily.
I do. Yeah. I do love her.
Yeah.
And every time we think she's like going down a bad path, it's kind of like, oh, she ultimately is doing it for a semi-good reason.
Yeah.
So you kind of give her a pass.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it does. So much of her motivation is for her kids, but it's like she's not self-aware to see like the twisted logic and how often it like mirrors what her mom did for her in the name of like loving her kids. But I don't know. I love how much she loves Chuck, like as his like stepmom. Charles. I just think it's so precious.
I love it. Their relationship is really one of my favorites, even though I don't really love Chuck that much. When he's with Lily, he does genuinely love her.
That is my favorite relationship Chuck has.
Yeah, me too.
Would you ship a mom and a son? No, right? That's weird.
I mean,
Chili?
Oh, Chili.
Chili, though. I like
this
that.
Show has like
I kind of like it.
This show has really hard ship names.
Yes, they have awful ship names.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't sound
what's
good.
Serena and Dan's?
Well, we call
them Sag because we call them Padge. So it's a sad Sag. Sad Sag.
I mean, it sounds as good as that relationship is anyway. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So we have some questions. Do you want to read the questions?
Sure.
Can you read them from there?
I can't, but I am blind. We just have a couple of questions. Jillian says, Aricia, I'm loving the recent Kardashians and Britney content. Also, the next season of Even the Rich should be a deep dive into Serena van der Woodsen's life and travails, using Inside by Dan Humphrey as the main source.
Oh.
But she's asked, what's the most ridiculous but could conceivably happen in real life plotline on the show thus far?
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Most ridiculous but could still happen?
That's a tough one.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Oh my God, so far. Right. I gotta get up to season 4.
We find this in teen dramas, right? The OC did this, and a couple other ones I'm like drawing. Dawson's Creek did this. The teacher sleeping with a student.
That could definitely happen.
Does this? And
it has happened.
It has happened in our high school.
Oh yeah, no, it's happened a lot.
Yeah.
So that's not the most ridiculous, but that definitely happens in real life. Because Miss Carr situation.
Yeah, I feel like, oh my gosh, there's something, and I just can't remember what season this happened in. So I want to I don't want to say anything, but can I Google it really quick?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm curious. I'm so curious.
I'm also thinking while you type, Aricia, how the whole burning of the building, like Bart built, like I feel like I would listen to a podcast on that, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be fucked up.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I feel like, okay, I did check it. This happened in season 3.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But the whole, like, when what's his face comes back, William, and like is like her doctor for fake cancer.
Oh my god!
So she like actually has cancer, but I feel like it's not that unheard of. I mean, God, not to plug a Wondery show, but Dr. Death, like where it's like you have a doctor who's like just so fucked up that they're like, I'm in love with this person and I'm gonna make them think they're sick. Like I feel like people do that. Like what is that, Munchausen syndrome?
Yes,
like that could be something that would happen.
Yeah.
That storyline infuriated me.
I mean,
because of how
could it not infuriate everyone?
Oh my god. And Serena just being like, I love my dad, I gotta find him, and then he's like gone and she's like, oh, yeah. And it's like, fuck you dumbass, like come on.
And the fact that in this season he comes back and he's not arrested. Nothing there was no repercussions for that.
No.
He's like, oh, I'll be in the family photo.
What?
And that's why like I love Lily, but she's so dumb. Like I hold a grudge, and I think this is an appropriate grudge to hold. Like you fucking made me think I had cancer and was dying to get me to be with you again.
Right. And she still has like a friendship and relationship with him after the fact. Like that's so messed up.
Yes. And he like he blackmailed a doctor to like convince or to like get her Rufus to cheat. Like,
it's so messed up.
It truly is crazy. And you know what though? Serena forgives very easily,
and so does Lily.
Yeah, she does.
So does Lily.
These two women just are like, well, it's a good thing, but also
it is a good thing, but like to what extent?
Right.
Like if somebody cuts you off, forgive them. Don't like hold on to that anger. If somebody gives you fake cancer, gets your husband to fake cheat on you, then maybe don't forgive that.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, in this world of all these super rich people, if those are, like, just minuscule things that happen to them. They're like, let's just get over that. Yeah, that was just a Tuesday, and tomorrow will be something else.
Oh.
Like,
that's true.
Tish asks for all of us, if you could rewrite or change any storyline this season, what would it be and why?
Oh, Ben, 100%.
Just Ben, you would just take him out?
Yeah, like I could deal with the Russell stuff because at least there was some excitement there. But for me, Ben coming back and dating Serena was unnecessary. I would have loved to see the Juliet stuff, go to the town and figure out who she is and what she's about. And then the fact that, maybe he did have a crush on her, but then like that would be it.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to go into the whole dating. I didn't need any of that. But you guys already know that because I've talked endlessly about how much I hated that. So.
What do you think, Aricia?
I fully agree with that. I know we only can do one, but
you can do as many as you'd like. Of course, do as many as you'd like.
So we haven't talked about Jenny.
And I was going to ask you about Jenny.
And bless her heart, season 1, Jenny. Bless Jenny's heart.
Poor
Later
kid.
Seasons, I'm not a big Jenny
know what
fan.
She was doing.
I feel so bad for that character. Like I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I would want, every time she like came back in this season, I just felt so bad for her because it's like, it felt like, I mean, there was stuff with like Taylor Momsen who was like trying to focus on her music career. And I just wish they hadn't tried to like force her and like force the conflict. But I just felt like, I don't know, I would have been okay with, I mean, I know that she was necessary to like push, especially like Blair and Chuck in there back and forth. But Jenny in general, I was just like, let this poor girl go.
Yeah, I agree. They used her and then allowed Vanessa to put the blame on her for all the stuff that happened with Juliet.
Right.
And she was like, nobody believes me. Like, at least I owned up to it.
Yeah. And she like was really trying to like after like the very low point of sleeping with Chuck.
Oh yeah.
And the end of that season and just that I mean, your heart breaks like watching it. She's a great actress. She's so good.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish you still wanted to act and keep doing it because you're so good. But like watching that and like she's clearly trying to like move away from the toxic environment, and yet she keeps getting pulled back in and forced to play these games. And I just like, I feel bad for her as like a person who's like looking at a girl who's in the show, she's what, like 15, 16. It's like, that's just, she doesn't deserve this. She's a kid. Let her go.
Yeah, I think I would have liked it a lot better if they did bring her back and she was like, I'm not doing any of this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be above you all. And like, she finally comes to the realization in the end, like, call me when you need me because I'm not coming back to this bullshit. So it would have been nice for her to see that revelation earlier, if the writers could have done that for her earlier, so that way she wouldn't be a hated character, because in the fandom, everyone hates Jenny. They hate Jenny, they hate Vanessa.
I know.
And it's like, but hate the writers for writing them this way.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, I feel like, and I don't love Jenny. I feel like as I've gotten older, I like have a little bit more compassion for her.
Definitely.
But I feel like she just can't, like, I wish the writers had let her go a long time ago. Like, I really only liked her in season 1 because she was just a cute, like, younger sister. But
yeah, she wanted to be in. And then we were so proud of her when she sticks up for herself against Blair. In the sleepover episode, Michelle was like, okay, yes, this is it. And then ultimately she, you know, gives in to the power of being a popular girl. So that ruined her.
Which I feel like is one of the more, it's realistic to an extent. Like, I get it. Like, we all know what it's like to have like a group of people you like want to be friends with, but they suck.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Well, people that suck that like are popular and you're like, why are you popular? But it's just, come on, Jenny.
Yeah.
You're better than this.
It's true. I love Jenny. Jenny was one of my favorite characters, along with Vanessa. I know I had the unpopular opinion, but she was fun to watch. She was fun to watch.
She is fun to watch, yeah.
But I agree, because when she came back, we could tell that the character, there's something off about her.
Yeah, she's just like emotionally and physically like, I'm done.
I'm
not into it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I would have cut Ben a little bit shorter. The wishful thinking fanfic part of me would have had a little bit more of a Padge romance, but that's okay. It's all, you know.
Now,
in a dream
so
state.
what of Ben would you have kept?
I would have kept evil Ben and kind of have him come out of jail and like, oh, I did have feelings for you.
He was innocent.
But that's it. Like, we don't need to see their relationship. We don't need to see him move into Rufus's freaking apartment. Here's the key. I don't know you, but here's the key. Oh, by the way, I'm not telling my son that you're moving it.
And by the way, my son dated the girl who you also are dating.
There's that. Like, no, come on, Rufus. You're better than that.
Yeah, Rufus.
Yeah, he's another character who, like, I feel like his storylines, like, got worse and, like, he just, they don't know what to do with him.
He's a plant.
He just becomes, like, the doting husband of Lily.
Yeah, he really does. And same with Eric, unfortunately. They don't utilize him enough. He's trying to just gets himself involved with the drama. Not much that really focuses on him, unfortunately, and he is such a good character.
I loved him.
But it was a really good season.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Do you have a favorite season? Like, is there a season I should look forward to? Because 4 so far is my favorite.
Yeah, I think we're on a high point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
this is it.
I loved season 2.
Okay.
I generally I think I tend to like sophomore seasons just because like you've worked out the kinks in the first season and the second season. It always feels strong. Yeah, and I feel like them going off to college was, and I feel like this happens a lot with shows that like go from high school to college, where it's just like the OC, same thing, where it's hard to. Gossip Girl did a good job. Josh learned his lesson. But I feel like for me, season 2 was one of my high points. So there were a lot of things. I was like recapping season 4 before this, and I was like, oh my god, and that, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So much good stuff.
Are you a fan of the OC?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am. It's so funny. I was telling my mom this recently. In college, I hadn't watched it, and the girl that I was like friends with, Michelle Callahan, she told me, she was like telling me about the OC. She's like, it's so good. The second season was about to start, and she made a PowerPoint to like the OC, and she was like, yeah, like these are like, this is what's happened to catch me up. I was like, oh, I'm fucking sold.
Yeah.
And I loved it. We used to watch. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite show. and we covered it. And then I was like, I'll wait for Gossip Girl because we're going to do a podcast. Like, I know I'm going to love it. And then I watched it. I'm like, this show is hard. This is different, Josh Schwartz and Stephanie Savage.
Yeah.
Very different.
Not the OC, but that's okay. It's fun to shit on. I shit a lot on this show. So.
Yeah. It's just so completely different. People are always asking us, like, compare this to that. And I'm like, there's no way. Even One Tree Hill, when we talked about One Tree Hill, like, the 3 shows we've podcasted about are so vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
There are obviously some similarities, but like the storylines are so crazy. Like this this is a crazy all on its own. The OC had its own crazy. One Tree Hill has its own crazy. They all have it. Dawson's Creek has its own crazy. They all have it. It's tough. But yeah.
It's so funny because it's like, you think it's like, well, what more could there possibly be? Like, how much crazier can you get? And it's like, each show, it's like, oh, we find ways.
We can get there.
Worry. Yeah.
Are you going to watch the reboot?
I don't know. I'll probably watch it for posterity. Like, let me see this and maybe to have a reason to complain about something. But I, without getting into any detail, like, generally, like, Gossip Girl ended and it was like, okay, like, it was ready to go.
It was time, yeah.
Yeah, and so, and it's not the original characters, right? It's like different.
No, whole new world.
I was like, what am I doing? Like, I need my OGs, or I'm not watching. So I'll watch it, maybe, just to see.
Yeah, you try the first episode and see the vibes.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna watch it?
We are. We're gonna cover it. So
okay.
The more and more we get to it, I'm like, I'm excited to see how this goes, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's updated.
It's soon, right?
July 8th.
Next week-ish.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
So soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully it's a different tone and feels more of the, of the tone of what's been going
2021
on.
for sure.
We need to update the voice a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely. We need to hash out a lot of issues.
Yeah.
In the world of Gossip Girl needs to be taken care of. So
I still can't get over how they'll just like meet at bars.
Oh my God.
Like when they were like juniors in high school and they're like, I'll see you at Butter or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have it's like a fucking martini. What
with a martini. That would not have been my choice at 16. A martini. Ooh.
The fruitiest,
sweetest, exactly.
Right?
Give me the sweetest.
I mean,
drink.
we were drinking like Smirnoff Ice at 16. Disgusting crap.
So gross.
So gross, but like that's what you get like your feet wet in, and then
the sweet drinks.
It just like that, the realization of like, oh wait, these kids are kids and they're in bars and clubs, no questions asked. So I wonder if they'll do the same. I mean, these kids have privilege and wealth, so I'm sure they'll get some they'll be able to do a lot of things, but it just doesn't make any sense.
No,
it really doesn't.
Well, thank you, Aricia, so much for chatting with us. So nice to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah. I was so excited. I was so bummed. I'm sorry that I couldn't make it before, like when with LA and stuff, but like I love Gossip Girl. Aww. I've like literally had hour-long conversations with people whose eyes are glazing over and I'm like, okay, tell me to stop. But also, do you want to believe what Serena did?
Just stay with me.
Yeah. Well, now you have 2 friends that will talk endlessly about Gossip Girl and how ridiculous it can be.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have you on season 5 if you want to. Of course,
oh my God.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Tons of thoughts about it already.
I look forward to it.
This just made me want to like rewatch because I haven't seen it since it came off Netflix. I was literally like watching it like every few months or whatever. So. Time to get back into that.
Yeah, HBO Max.
On the horse.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Aricia.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our season 4 wrap-up of Gossip Girl with Aricia. Be sure to check out her shows that she co-hosts with her best friend, Brooke Sifrin. You can catch Even the Rich, Rich and Daily, and In God We Lust on your favorite podcast listening platform, or grab it ad-free by joining Wondery Plus.
Thank you so much for listening to 3 Gossip Girls. You can find us on all social media platforms at 3 Gossip Girls Pod or at 3gossipgirlspod@gmail.com.
This has been a Total Betty Media podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vicora.